Good morning, class.
Good morning too.
Good morning.
How has your week been?
It has been fine, Mwalimu.
Well, thank you. Welcome to today's lesson, which is tourism policy and planning. And today's lesson, you're going to look at levels of tourism planning. Levels of tourism planning. For the achievement of any tourism mission or goals, one needs to have a great plan in order to make it a success in either way. And we are also going to look at the meaning of tourism planning. So before we move to the meaning of tourism planning from the class, can somebody tell us what planning entails? Maybe from a general knowledge. Somebody from the class? Planning. In most cases, you're being told to plan for exams, to plan for assessments. So what is planning?
Okay, let me try.
Well, Frank?
Okay, planning involves sourcing in the required resources for the task to be accomplished.
Very good. That is a general overview of planning. And today in tourism planning, we are going to see it entails the aspect that he has said. Similar to the other form of planning that he has said, tourism planning is one goal-oriented that always strives to achieve a certain number of objectives by matching the available resources and programs with the needs and wants of a people. And these might vary from places to places, destinations, and the different spectrum of a community. For example, we might have a lower class that is maybe at a district level that needs to plan a certain attraction or destination to entertain a certain group of individuals. After that, we are going to look at what are these some of the levels of tourism planning. Many people have defined the different levels of tourism planning, but today we are going to look at three levels of tourism planning, and that is the national level, regional level, and the local level. National level basically is the greater one or in the bigger picture. And some might refer it to the international level, or some might put the levels into international levels, national levels, regional levels, and the lowest local levels. The national level of tourism planning involves basically both the private and the public sectors that comes together, and also a public opinion needs to be heard in order to realize the objectives and the missions of the tourism at a national level. This type of planning entails several elements, and in our class today, we are going to look at the three elements that are basically outlined here. One is defining tourism objectives, and then tourism policy, and lastly, tourism marketing. While planning, one needs to have clear objectives. Afterwards, he or she formulates the tourism policy that will run, and then afterwards, he'll be marketing the destination for several visitors. The elements are further divided into what we are seeing on the presentation, and that is the tourism policy that also entails the physical structures. When we speak about the physical structures, we basically mean different facilities such as airports. We have accommodation facilities such as lodges, restaurants, eateries, and many other things. We also have accommodation and other facilities and services required. These are basically needed to make a visitor comfortable at the place where he or she has visited. And in our country, we've also realized there are major routes or roads that connect our country to other countries or our region to other regions. What are some of the major roads that you know, class, that connects one county to another county or our country to a different country? What are some of the major roads that you know or we are aware of, class? Anyone? Well, we have a North Rift route. We also have the LabSet project, which basically connects the Lamu region, Wajir, all to the northeastern parts across, I think it is Marsabit or Ethiopia, and many others. While discussing the national level also, we need to put into consideration the social, cultural, environmental, and economical considerations that impacts analysis. The next level, which is lower to the national level, is the regional level. This is for one region in a certain country. As somebody's mic is on, please mute your mic. And it is the regional level is often devised within a framework from the existing national policy. For instance, in Kenya, we have the Western region that basically derives the tourism planning from the national policy. We also have Mount Kenya region, and we also have the coastal regions. And the last level of planning in tourism is the local level, which is mostly considered in all specters or all sectors of tourism industry. The most common one is the Masai Mara, which entails the local community and the Ma culture that comes together with different sectors to incorporate or to have a certain plan at that vicinity. So a local level planning is a process of preparing a very integrated plan for the local government sector in a smaller vicinity, taking into account the available resources, which might be natural, human, and or financial ones. It also incorporates different activities and schemes that are assigned to those who implement them. It has several elements and examples. One, it needs preparation of the local level vision or the block vision, e.g. the Ma community of Kajiado or Narok. They have a trademark, that is their attire and the dancing. Two, it needs preparation of the plans by the local bodies, such as the Zuru or Tembea County Yako. And the last one, it needs consolidation of tourism plans. Up to that moment, let us summarize and take a quick review of our lesson. In our summary, we need to put into consideration that during tourism planning, different levels of bodies and organs are required, such as Kato, Kata, and Yata. For the sake of our next class, kindly go and research on the different bodies and organs that are required in conducting tourism policy at different levels. Thank you. Let's meet in our next class.